Well, BronyDan or renowned are every pony, this is BronyDan. It's not original, but yeah, you try coming up with originality these days. Today we're going to be looking at an episode that will feature Rarity. Oh, son of a bitch, Rarity! Look, I love you and all, but 3 episodes in a row I think it's a bit too much for me. Whatever. This is made in Manehatten. So we start off this episode with Twilight getting bored with reading. Okay, who are you and what have you done with the real Twilight?
I've read all these books already. And I'm bored.
I was even bored reading that 50 Shades of Grey. How the hell does that happen? But luckily the arrival of the fandom's very first ship means that this is going to be another map episode. And like last time, Twilight isn't summoned. I think I'm sensing a pattern here. So it turns out the butt vibrators want Applejack and Rarity to go to, where else? Manehatten. No, really, I thought it was going to be Baltimore.
We're off to solve a friendship problem in one of the busiest and most vibrant cities in all of Equestria. Isn't this exciting? Shame you weren't called as well, though, darling. You did end up quite a fan of the hustle and bustle of Manehatten on our last visit.
You know, could someone explain to me why Twilight can't go with them? I mean, yeah, she isn't summoned, fine, but what's stopping her from actually going there as a tourist? She doesn't need to help out with the friendship problem, just go out with them and say, okay girl, this is where we split, so you go off and do your friendship mission thing, and as for me, I'm gonna go off and do some sightseeing! Woo! So we arrive at Manehatten, and it's here we see that Applejack is not used to the big city.
Ponies move so fast here. Not at all like back home. Eyes peeled, ears open. Eyes peeled, ears open.
Now, I would find this a little strange since, you know, Applejack has never demonstrated this fear in the other times she's been to Manehatten, but I can sort of sympathise with her because being a small town boy like myself, I too have a certain amount of fear whenever I have to go out to London. So the obvious question now is, where exactly is this friendship problem, with Applejack simply trying to ask the ponies while Rarity turns into Lucy from the Peanuts franchise?
Good grief.
But luckily the answer smacks him in the face with a poster about a theatre revival show being put up by Coco Pamel. What? You were expecting some kind of big reaction? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I never got that big about Coco Pamel. I mean, sure, she is likeable, and frankly, she is quite cute. But much like Trixie, I found all the hype surrounding her to be a bit overblown, so I decided to stay away from her. That's not to say I don't like her, it's just that I failed to see all the hype surrounding her. So they find Coco and she explains about the Midsummer Theatre Revival and how it helped to bring the community together thanks to its founder, Charity Kindheart, all the while using that bloody moon shit.
Many moons ago, up until several moons ago.
Just say years for Christ's sake!
But when she moved away to be closer to her grandfillies, the neighborhood lost the special tradition she had started. And worse, the sense of community it fostered.
It's now become every other stereotypical New York cliché.
Hey, I'm trotting here.
Well, Applejack and Rarity decide to help Coco by getting more volunteers. But that goes as well as you think.
I got my own problems. You think I got hours to dedicate to some pony else's?
Wow, Babs Seeds grew up quite quickly, didn't she?
Ah, yes. Charity's Midsummer Theatre Revival. Such wonderful memories.
So you'll help us?
Don't be ridiculous. I run a very important oat and hay import-export business. What? I can't spare even a moment for such things.
You know, those type of people are the ones I really hate the most when you're trying to sell a show. Oh, I just love that show you're going to be putting on. Does that mean you'll come see it? No! Fuck off! Well, like in most productions, Coco has now entered the panic stage of development, as Rarity offers to help her with the costumes, while Applejack agrees to fix up the park and stage. What follows is what I can only describe as unintentional hat torture. as a fellow hat wearer, I'm kind of disturbed. Well, the park is still not completed by the time the performers come, and...
Is this where the Midsummer Theatre revival is supposed to be, par chance?
Oh, I didn't know Kelsey Grammer was in this episode. So it seems like everything has pretty much gone to shit now, as Rarity and Applejack start to actually question the map's decision.
Why not Twilight? I'm sure she could have used her magic to transform this park in an instant.
However, Applejack decides on something else.
I'm suggesting we stop worrying about what we can't do and start doing what we can.
And that's something that they can do is just a simple stage out in the open where the people can just stop and watch.
We're so proud of you. We shall be with you in spirit.
Thank you. You've all made me feel so welcome here and have become like family to me.
Fun fact, when I was in university, I actually did something similar to this for my second year final project. That's probably one of the only few good things that came out of those 3 years. So the show itself is a success, as well as plans to bring the community back together again, as the moral is delivered, and much like the efforts, it's simple but effective.
If Twilight had used her magic to fix the park, it wouldn't have fixed the real problem, which is that these Manehatten ponies didn't think they had time to do something for their community. But by building that stage and making sure the play went on, you showed them that just by doing something small, you can make a big difference.
Well, I'll be.
Seems you have more in common with the Manehatten ponies than you thought.
Well, that was made in Manehatten. Now was it? Well, when I first watched the episode, I actually wasn't that keen on it, to be honest. But when I look back at it, it's actually much better than I thought it was. In fact, I would go so far as to say that it's probably the best episode in the Rarity trilogy. It just seemed to have the best balance of story and moral. The dynamic between Applejack and Rarity is certainly shown to have improved since season 1. I liked how it revolved around the theatre, but that maybe just because I'm a theatre man myself. And like I said, the moral itself is a very effective one. It's like the slogan that Tesco uses, every little helps, and it really does in this day and age. Even if you can't do the biggest of projects, sometimes the smallest things can bring out just as much satisfaction. Kind of like how I feel about my series. Well, this is BronyDan saying, no star.
It's up to you, New York, New York, New York.
Hey guys, this is Daniel Davis, and I'm speaking to you now as myself because I want to bring something up. Now, many of you will of course know of William Grubb, the Wilstonator. I mentioned him in my Bride of Discord review. Well, it would seem he's in need of some help. Well, not him personally. It's just that his mother has been diagnosed with breast cancer, and it would seem that she needs chemotherapy. So Will has actually set up a GoFundMe account to help raise money to pay for it. Now, I am not in a position to actually donate anything. I am unable to. But I am going to have a link in this video to his GoFundMe account. So if you're watching this video and you wish to donate, the link will be in the description below for you. Because I think Will would like it if you were to just show a little bit of kindness to help his family. So that's all I gotta say. Good luck for you, Will.